Cool Toys crew, I'm Scott. We're back. Season 3, looking good. A lot of fun stuff. One of the cool toys we're starting off with right away. We just got it a few days ago. By the time you see this, it should have been out about 3 or 4 days. The GoPro 8, the Hero 8. So, new little guy. We'll talk about it a little bit right now. It's basically what this one's about and what we're going to do with it during the season. So, because we're working on a couple of documentaries about surfing and art that need 4K resolution in order to sell it. The new streaming services all want 4K. We've upgraded all of our camera systems across the board, and our old Hero 4 isn't quite cutting it. 1080p, great high def, great for web videos, great for real TV even, I think, but it's not good enough for the new standard. So today the first question is, when we look at the GoPro 4, and we look at the GoPro 8. Is this one, the 8, twice as good as the 4? So what do you get here? 1080p, some decent image stabilization, pretty easy to use, pretty bulletproof. So today, GoPro 8, Hyper Smooth 2, 4K, 100 megabit per second stream. What does that mean to you as a photographer or a videographer or someone shooting? First off, it's going to give you some really, really good picture. Our cinema 4K cameras have a stream of about 170 megabits per second, which is nearly double what this little GoPro does, but you got to remember, this is under $400. Those cameras are $5,000, $15,000 and up, not including lenses. This little guy, its stream is closer to 30 megabits per second, and that's in 1080p doing everything. Most of the video really was down in the 6, 7, 8 range, very small. So you're getting 8 to 10 times more data, which means you've got to have faster SD cards. You've got to have a computer that can handle it. So this one will eat an old MacBook Pro alive. If you don't have the newer MacBook Pro or a newer Mac Mini or a new Mac Pro, the data at 100 megabits per second, it just won't be able to resolve it. Blackmagic does have an external graphics processing unit called an eGPU that you can pick up at the Apple Store for $8.99 or $11.99. That will do it. But that's a lot of processing power. And if you're not doing something to sell, you know, do you really need it? I don't know. That's up to you. But let's talk about it. So we took it out. This is our first surf scene. So I took it out, got a little bit of time with it, surfed the waves. It does not have the feature that we used with the Hero 4. So the thing that we used to use is this, a remote view. It's basically a big fat controller that you can start the camera, stop the camera. You can actually see what's going on. And that worked great with our little Hero 4. So you put these two things together, you got a great little surfing package, go out and get some self videos, and off you go. Not so much with the GoPro 8. We couldn't get the remote view to connect to it. There's some things that say it should work. There's other things that say we don't have the right software. But the GoPro 8 also claims to have voice command. The first day out, we spent more time on the phone with support than we spent using the camera. Now this little dude's pretty cool. There's a microphone up front, and you've also got some slots around the outside where there's microphone input, so it can take in different sounds and compare them and give you better audio quality. But for some reason, only on the first run, the first day, did the voice command do anything, and all it did was stop recording. What happened eventually is the back here, we got a bunch of stripes going up and down and nothing else on the video. So pretty much useless after day 1. A lot of time on the phone with support. They were good about it. So I'm giving GoPro some props here for this. They got it working again, but day 2 and today, same problem after reloading the software yet again. It acts like this side power button is constantly being pushed to change modes. So when you stop recording, it moves to photo or burst mode or something that you don't necessarily want to do, which makes it difficult to grab that next shot. And I did miss a few waves for it. So we're working on that. GoPro is working with us on it. So the voice command hopefully will work. And again, we get back to the question of, is it worth it? So let's talk about this little guy first. So we've taken it out in the water. You have to have a case like this. We put the floaty on it, and we know that a lot of people don't because we find the cases with the cameras on the beach all the time. And we have to go look at the video and try to figure out who it is that owns it. Kind of a flimsy case, doesn't really do a lot. It's you know, matches the camera, waterproofs it. But the plastic, one of the things that I've always griped about GoPro is this piece here. Where do you put that little string in order to keep it, if this breaks, the camera's gone. There's no side hooks, there's nothing else. So that part of the GoPro 4, we never quite figured out. Why do you have the string with the extra adapter when there's nothing you can tie it to? If you tie it to the screw, what happens? It just flips right off of it when the camera breaks away, obviously, because we wouldn't be finding GoPros on the beach. Now, we also took this one and we did this car-to-car video. So you can see I'm talking in the Volt. We're having a great time. It does decent resolution. It also doesn't get too blown out with the outside with the tinted glass. And then we did this one going Jeep to Jeep Volt, so you can see the Volt doing some of its driving around with the camera attached to the side of the car. It looks great. It really is a good little camera. This guy has earned its stripes and has done really well for us, so we're very happy with it. But GoPro has a $100 trade-in now, so we can get another GoPro 8 if we send them this one. And guess what? See you, dude. You're out. It's going back. So we do like the 8 enough. We think that if they can get everything working, the 8 is going to smoke the 4. So is it twice as good? The answer is pretty much yes over the 4. Is it twice as good as the 7? Now that's a different story because the 7 has almost the same data. It's about 60 or 70, maybe even 80 megabit per second stream. So it's very close. But a couple other quick new features. This one, the legs. Here is the trick. Built-in feet. Right there, done. The other thing I showed you, this is the old bumper. Here is the new one. Look at how much thicker it is, and look right here at this little string hole, so you can attach the string there. It actually has a place to go, so if it flies out. Now, putting in the camera is pretty straightforward. The legs have to be down, and all you're going to do is slip it in. It's a little tight, but you want it to be snug. You don't want this thing running away on you. So we get it in there, nice and snug. I'm going to give it a push here, and boom, it's camera's in, we're ready to go. Now, the next cool piece is the bite guard that comes with it. So this piece goes in. You see a little nub here for teeth. It's a little uncomfortable. They do recommend that you run it at about a 20-degree angle. So you're looking like this with a little bit of down angle, right? So the camera's looking where you're looking as you're kind of going down the wave. It does push here in the chin, and it is sturdy. So after falling 4, 5, 6 waves with this thing in my mouth, I never lost it once, and just for fun, to see how this big fat floaty did, I gave it a hurl and swam after it and was able to catch it even after a wave started taking it to the shore. So less chance of losing a GoPro 8 if you've got that bite kit and the floaty. So we took it surfing, we had a good time with it. We're hoping that they get the software improved. If they get it fixed so that the voice control actually works and I can stop recording without shutting the whole thing off, or I can start recording just from voice while I'm surfing, yeah, I'll look a little goofy, kind of like people walking around the airport with our ear pods, talking to nobody, but that's the way it's going. That's the way our world is turning, as voice command of all of our electronic toys. It prevents me from having to wear an extra thing. You notice in the video, we're still, the Apple Watch, still a cool toy. We've added a tide timer onto it, a couple of cool apps. It's waterproof. We're still at, it's been 2 seasons now, and this is the same watch that we passed after going through a dozen of the Chinese knockoffs that all leaked after 4 or 5 surf sessions. So you'll see it in the video. I'll look at this real quick, check my time, and get ready to take the wave. Very cool feature. So if we got voice control on this baby, then we don't need to have the remote view, which would be kind of nice. One less thing to wear out when you're paddling, because this is also, you know, it's pretty good size on your arm as you're making the strokes to get into the wave. No more cases like this for the GoPro because the feet are built in. That's a nice feature. And because we can put the feet built in, I can still use some of the old accessories that I've got, the suction cups for going on the cars and those kind of things. We'll get to use all that. The one thing that is missing is the microphone port. You do have to open it up. It's a little different. So, but they tell us that the sound quality is much better. And if you've watched the show, you know that we don't use any of the microphones anyway. We have the Tascam remotes, and we just use a clapper and go for it. And you can see that I'm wearing a microphone here. Even in the studio, you get better sound. There's just no replacement for a good lav mic. That's it. GoPro 8, twice as good as the GoPro 4. Not sure we'd trade in a GoPro 6 or 7, but if you got a 3 or 4, $100 to get this at $399, pretty smoking good deal. Good looking little camera. The video quality out of it is outstanding. So I wish that I could get some 4K stuff up here to stream for you. It's a little difficult to do. It's some big files, but maybe I'll get a little test of showing a 1080p versus 4K if you've got enough screen to do it. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching Cool Toys. I hope you'll come back for more. If you've got cool toys, send them to me. Let me see them. Let's play with them and let's see if they're Cool Toys approved. And for now, unfortunately, GoPro 8, not yet Cool Toys approved. It works. It does some cool stuff. The video quality is outstanding, but it does lock up. Today, we got 0 videos. Yesterday, I got 6 out of 70 takes because it just wasn't working correctly, and it was changing modes into burst mode while I was trying to catch a wave. And I can only surf so much, and I need the shots to make them look good so you guys can see what this thing can do. So for now, we'll just say that it's under Cool Toys review. Once the software's fixed, I'll let you know if we get the update. The Apple Watch, still Cool Toys approved. And again, send me your cool toys. Tell me what you got. If you've got something you can shoot on a GoPro 8, add it. If you want to buy a GoPro 8, right there. If you buy it through Amazon from us, we get a little commission. It helps us pay for the show. If you buy it through GoPro, make sure you send in your $100 because we don't get a penny. At least get $100 back for your old one. That's it. Have a great week.